Today we're going to be taking a look at Eventide, a very classic Magic the Gathering Lorwyn type of set. So, you know what? Let's look at some of these classics, starting with Glenalendra Archmage, a 4-mana 2/2 Fairy Wizard. Flying and pay a blue, sacrifice Glenalendra Archmage, counter target non-creature spell. Now, that wouldn't look too big of a deal by itself, almost clunky, except this card does have persist. So when it dies, it comes back into play with a -1/-1 counter, meaning you can do this twice. And even if you kill it first to prepare yourself to play a big non-creature spell, you'd actually have to kill Glenalendra twice in the first place before anything gets to go past her. I would say this card has aged incredibly well in terms of playability. A lot of people still like playing with the Glenalendra Archmage, including myself. Next up, we'll look at Little Dead Flight, Fable of Wolf. Is this like before there was Fable of the Mirror Breaker? Before there's Fable of the Mirror Breaker, there was the Fable of just the Wolf. Oh, and Owl. I thought that was like two different cards. Fable of Wolf and Owl is a 6-mana enchantment. Whenever you play a green spell, you can put a 2/2 green wolf creature token into play. Whenever you play a blue spell, you may put a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying into play. This is slightly awkward just because of the mana cost is very, very expensive. I would probably assume that the green side of this is not that good, but the blue side seems incredible because blue is usually the type of color that can chain a lot of spells at once. On the other hand, I mean, if you randomly have this in an elf deck that's drawing a bunch of cards and playing a bunch of spells on the same turn, I could also see the utility. Except in the situation with the elves, if you're quote unquote going off with like infinite card draw and playing infinite creatures, probably you don't even need this card in the first place. So a very interesting card. It's just it's a clunkaroo, as I would say. Mercenary says Shadowmoor and Eventide encourage you to play with multicolored spells. Absolutely, you had to get a little bit of every single all the creature types. Get a little bit of everything over there. Totally Duck with Dream Thief. What is it? Is it Ashiok making a debut out here? What is this? So this is a 3-mana 2/1 Fairy Rogue, flying. When Dream Thief comes into play, draw a card if you've played another blue spell this turn. Draw a card if you've played another blue spell this turn. So, okay. So it's basically just a 3-mana 2/1. But in the later portion of the game, it's almost like a flying silver Gilladept. You know, basically, you can get some value if you're chaining this plus something else on the same turn. Maybe you cantrip into it. Cantrip and then play it. Our first super chat of the day comes from Pacers Fan Forever. Thank you so much for Pacers Fan Forever. Hallowed Burial. Very specifically, Hallowed Burial. Was it a very holy burial then? Hallowed Burial is a 5-mana sorcery. Put all creatures on the bottom of their owner's library. That is a unique sweeper. That is actually incredible. How many other cards do we have like this in the game? I mean, I guess in theory, exiling the creatures are better than just putting on the bottom of their owner's library. Unless you can play your cards from the bottom of your library. So in that case, you actually... How does that work? Do you get to choose the order? I guess you get to choose the order. Or is there an actual specific order to how these cards... I'm pretty sure you get to choose the order. So if you can draw cards from the bottom of your deck, you sweep the board, but you get to play your creatures immediately back as if nothing ever happened. This is a very cool card. Next up, let's look at Hexenort's Endless Horizons. This was a time when Wizards finally decided to make cards that were not the norm at the time. Oh, they decided to go outside. Oh, sorry, this was an Eventide. Sorry, this last one it was technically an Eventide card. It just so happens we saw the take the crown version of it. Okay, Endless Horizons. Come on, Scruffle, don't poop on me now. Hope everyone's enjoying the Lorwyn pre-releases. We get to compare the old Lorwyn to the new Lorwyn today. Endless Horizons is a 4-mana enchantment. When Endless Horizons comes into play, search your library for any number of Plains cards and remove them from the game. Don't be complaining about getting mana screwed, because you're screwing yourself here. Then shuffle your library. Now, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a card you own removed from the game with Endless Horizons into your hand. Oh! We are artificially creating the land pile deck in Magic the Gathering. There's a lot of people who, I don't know if they think they're being creative here. I mean, I guess maybe everyone has thought this at some point in the card game. Like, why can't we have a second deck for drawing our lands? What's wrong with that? That way we'll always have lands when we need our lands. And by the way, yeah, I mean, there's still some randomness to those lands, especially if we're playing a multicolored deck or we're playing with like Wasteland or other utility lands. There's still some luck over there. Anyway, Endless Horizons, a cool card. Probably too clunky. Probably, well, I mean, still deck thinning. It is the ultimate deck thinning deck. Yeah, deck thinning. Usually it's not real. Deck thinning is grossly overrated in Magic. You know, fetching out one land, it does nothing, all right? It doesn't do anything. It's not worth the one life that you spent on a fetch land. But Endless Horizons, removing all the lands, all the Plains cards, that's actually something. That's not nothing. Benjamin Berg, did you hear about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles incident? Yeah, I heard about it. Maybe we should talk about it sometime. They should have just said, like, yeah, that was the plan all along. They accidentally leaked all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards as promos in the Lorwyn pre-release. Benjamin Berkey with Ever Shrike? Nice avatar. I don't know when you've changed your avatar, Benjamin Berkey. You got yourself a little kitty. There's Ever Shrike. Looks like a dragon. It is a 5-mana 2/2 elemental spirit. It's got flying. Ever Shrike gets +2/+2 for each aura attached to it. Now, for white or black and an X, return Ever Shrike from your graveyard to play. You may put an aura card with converted mana cost X or less from your hand into play attached to it. If you don't, remove Ever Shrike from the game. Funny. You know, the only problem with this, I mean, I don't mind this reanimator ability, but the problem is, like, if you want to play the big aura, you want to play the good auras, you got to spend more mana. Oh, you know what? You could put Colossus Hammer on this, right? No, Colossus Hammer is an equipment. What's a big aura you can put on this card? An aura card can mana cost X or less from your hand. Someone will figure it out, but I would say this is a clunky, like, core Spirit Dancer in the grand scheme of things. Let's get to... Ooh, we have a super chat here with Pacers Fan Forever. Raven's Crime. One of the best discard spells. Especially for, what's it called? The... what was that archetype called? It was all... The Rack! The Rack. They discard your hand to nothing. And actually, they can keep it to nothing thanks to this card. Because Raven's Crime is a black sorcery. Target player discards a card and retrace. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to paying its other costs. So no matter what, I mean, if your opponent has one card left in hand, as long as you have a land in your hand, you can keep discarding to make your opponent keep discarding. Keep that hand basically low and below the threshold of the rack. The rack itself. Next up, we got John with the Wheel of Sun Moon. Wheel of... Well, just to confirm, just to promise everyone, I should really be going to try to get the Eventide versions of the cards. Wheel of Sun. Uh-oh. You know, the fact that we keep seeing reprints is actually a good sign for a lot of these cards. It means they were valuable. People like these cards. It was good stuff. This is Shadowmoor, actually, not Eventide. Sorry about that. Disqualified. One day we'll go to Shadowmoor. We'll be on our way to Shadowmoor. But we aren't there yet. Okay, hold on. Mercenary wants snake form. Mercenary says Retrace was a silly thing when it was first unveiled to the public. I wasn't there, to be honest. Okay, this is an Eventide card. Snake form is a Simic and 2 generic instant. Until end of turn, target creature loses all abilities and becomes a 1/1 green snake until end of turn. Draw a card. I would actually say this is not very good. It's basically... So it's like 1 mana more to have a very specific dress down versus 1 creature. I would say it's been pushed out of the game at this point. Dress down is just a far superior card in every way. In every way and form. In every way and snake form. Who has no card yet? Argentina. Pretty sure has no card. Favor of the Overbeing. Blue aura that grants vigilance. That is highly unusual. You sure this is not one of those, like, alternate universe, alternate dimension cards? Oh, it's okay. It's quote unquote blue because it has actual green. So 2 mana, it's an aura. As long as enchanted creature is green, it has vigilance and gets +1/+1. But if it's blue, it gets flying and +1/+1. I don't know, like, okay, this card is only good in an aura deck. If you're not in an aura deck, this card is like borderline worthless. Get them Core Spirit, get Dancers, get that, where is it? Get your Ever Shrikes. Put your Ever Shrike in your Favor of the Overbeing deck. Next up, we've got Lesthian with Quill Spike. Benjamin Berg's like, I love the cycle of auras. Oh, you're an aura player, are you? You love Hexproof, don't you? I bet your favorite card is Slippery Bogle. The day that they made Hexproof. You know, it's not even that good. You know, it's a bit frustrating playing against, like, Bogles and those aura strategies. But they're not even that, they're, like, not even competitive. So I don't see how we can hate on them or anything like that. Let Hexproof be a thing. Everyone thinks Hexproof is a mistake. It's okay. It's okay. Let Hexproof run wild. Otherwise, auras are worthless. Quill Spike. This is a 3 mana 1/1 beast. And then for 1 mana, remove a -1/-1 counter from a creature you control. Quill Spike gets +3/+3 until end of turn. That is... Why is that? Okay, this card is $10. Can someone explain? I actually have no idea why this card, if we look at this thing, 10 smackaroonies. All right, that's no mistake. They did that on How and why? It's a 3 mana 1/1 that removes -1/-1 cards. Anybody? Does that have something to do with Doomgape? The Blight Curse Commander deck? Is that it? A card spiked... Oh, this card just spiked a week ago. All right, so it's some new fresh combo that is... I am not privileged in knowing. I have no idea. It's part of an infinite combo with persist creatures. Where did they get the infinite mana from? All right, well, apparently this is a combo card, so I guess it's good. Otherwise, I would have said this is awful. It's just stone cold awful because of Blight. Oh, no, but that's not enough. Like, so yeah, sure. So Blight happens, but you still have to activate this thing. And like, big deal. It gets +3/+3. Does that win the game? No, I don't think so. Okay, we're going to take a look at more of these Eventide cards, but I hope you are very interested in getting them at FusionGamingOnline.com, because not only can you get the old Lorwyn cards, you can also get the new Lorwyn cards. Oh, by the way, deal of the week, 15% off all the original Lorwyn singles, so keep a lookout for that. And outside of that, you got to get those Lorwyn Eclipse cards. All right, everybody, Lorwyn Eclipse is hot. You love your Kithkins, merfolks, fairies, goblins, tree folks, elves, snakes, elementals. Am I missing something? Get them nowhere else than at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though, to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports, of course, the channel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next up, we've got Spring Jack Pasture. This is a land that taps for one generic mana. We can also pay 4 and tap to put a goat, a 0/1 white goat creature token onto the battlefield. Tap, sacrifice X goats to add X mana of any one color to your mana pool. You also gain X life. This could be okay. Like it's sort of a free roll. It's a land. It taps for mana. It's not worthless or anything. But it's a very expensive to get this one goat onto the battlefield. To get Billy Goat Gruff. I gotta sacrifice X goats. That'd be terrible. That's the worst mana investment of my life. Expa says, huzzah, Springjack Pasture won me a casual game recently. Love this in your token deck. All right. People give 3 thumbs up to Springjack Pasture. They get the 3rd thumb up from using their toe or something. What was the card? Okay, this was let's get Inundate on. It wasn't done through Benjamin Berkey, but Inundate. No cards. No, Inundate. There we go. Got it. Well, why is this so big now? Let's get small. Today is a really screwed up day. Smaller. Too small. Okay, good enough. Okay, we have 6 mana for a sorcery. Return all non-blue creatures to their owner's hands. Oh! Okay, that's interesting. This is like an upheaval. It's an upheaval, but not for my cards. For only all your... basically, anybody's deck that isn't blue. The blue players, they get to stick around and play. Good for a Merfolk deck, because they're the only ones that... I don't know, what other blue... Okay, I guess Wizards could be in blue. Fairies are in blue. A little bit in blue. We also... And Merfolk are in blue. Can't think of any other, like, base blue creature types. Outside of maybe some crappy humans. This is meant to be another evacuation. Yeah, evacuate. It's one-sided evacuation. Unless we're both playing blue, then we both don't care. Voltland with Dominus Fealty. The hell is that? Oh, I have to click the card. I get it. Okay, cool. So Dominus Fealty is a 5 mana 4/4 spirit avatar flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may gain control of target permanent until end of turn. If you do, untap it and it gains haste until end of turn. Target permanent, but only at the beginning of our upkeep. I would say this is strong. This is a surprisingly good, strong card. I approve of this thing. It's really expensive, but if you don't kill it, they get to steal whatever the hell they want from you. If you do untap and it gains haste until end of turn, and you're just stealing it, or no, you're stealing it, but only temporarily. Gain control of that permanent until end of turn. We just sacrifice it later, and they don't get it back anymore. You can almost use it like well, it's still like mild ramp, because you can steal their lands and use that to ramp yourself up. Christopher B with the Wistful Selkie. Wistful Selkie is a 3 mana 2/2 Merfolk wizard. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Now, I have played a little bit with this card. It's not that good. 3 mana for a grizzly bear that came with some pocket change. No, I'm sorry. Send it back. Send it back. Put it back in the water. Come back with some treasure, some serious gold. Arethusa, can someone explain why Rise of the Hobgoblins is worded the way it is? This is a 2-mana enchantment. When Rise of the Hobgoblins comes into play, you may pay X. If you do, put X, 1/1 red and white goblin soldier creature tokens into play. Red creatures and white creatures you control gain first strike until end of turn. You know what's actually quite amazing? This website is really fast. Like, I can just click on things and boom, they pop up. We need to, like, support, I don't know, Scryfall harder somehow. They need to open up a Patreon so we can increase their server. We need to increase their server capacity. Christopher V says, how many of you knew there was more than one kind of goblin in this world? Not me. Unless you count orcs as a goblin. I don't remember where I read that from, but I thought orcs was a some sort of form of goblin. Well, this is a weird card. So it's like an X spell that's not explicitly an X spell. So when it comes to play, you pay X. If you do, you put the X 1/1 red and white goblin soldier creatures into play. And your red and white goblins can gain first strike until end of turn. Which is really weird for an activated ability. I would say I'm not a big fan of this card. I guess maybe it makes sense if you can blink it so that when it comes into play, you can keep paying it. So if you can blink it, actually, maybe it does look very good. Otherwise, this one-time shot is, I don't know, like it seems dubious to me. Maybe I'm wrong because if you're in a spot with a lot of mana, it's still going to be a fine thing to play. John with the super chat. Bloom Tender. Is this from the... Oh, wait, this is actually from the Eventide. This is an OG card. I thought that this was... They just recently reprinted it. Bloom Tender is a 2-mana 1/1 Elf Druid. Tap. For each color among perms you control, add 1 mana of that color to your mana pool. So at the very least, I mean, this is a good card. Very least, it's a mana rock. Very best, it could be some sort of Lotus, like super Lotus. I don't know what adds 5, like what adds Wooburg to your mana pool. Like that's the best case scenario out of this card. They said boob tender. Well, I've said it now. Boob tender. Gotta tend to those boobs. Next, let's go to Old Boy with the Worm Harvest. Worm Harvest is a 5-mana sorcery. Create a 1/1 black and green worm creature token for each land card in your graveyard. Also, it's got Retrace. God, this is so expensive. 1/1 black for each land card in your graveyard. So if you self-mill, you can get a bunch of... You know what? Maybe this is okay. 5 mana is a lot of mana, but you could have a huge graveyard full of lands. I mean, 10 lands in the graveyard, that's 10 1/1s for 5 mana. Plus, you can just play this every single turn. We have nothing else to do. It's pretty neat. Toads with Endurer. I'm actually so surprised how fast the Gatherer site is. Endurer is a 5-mana instant. This person looks super triggered. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and permanents you control this turn. I guess if you give someone like the Evil Eye enough, they'll back off. They're going to screw off. Don't you dare. That's what they're basically Enduring is doing. At best case, Bloom Tender is a Gigantha without restriction. That's a great analogy. I like that, John. Excellent comparison. Citadel, Cold Ice Elky. Cold Ice Elky is a 3-mana 1/1 Merfolk Rogue with Island Walk. And when it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards. I think this is jank. Just as somebody who plays Merfolk, like 3 mana for this effect is too much. 2 mana might be too much for this thing. There's a lot of cards out there that work a lot less to draw cards. This one's working way too hard with way too little power and way too little toughness at the same time. Magnum Opus Gold with a Supreme Exemplar. In my elemental deck at the time. You're an elemental player, huh? Oh, that's 7 mana, 10/10 flying champion in elemental. This is like a meme. The image is a meme. Look at this. We got the lion, the goat, the raven, the frog, something, maybe a snake, all flying at the same time. We got John here with Glame Die. Glame. Is it Glami? No, they don't. It doesn't know what it is. Sorry about that. We don't know what this card is. Felicia with Thunderblust. This is a 5-mana 7/2 elemental haste. When Thunderblust has trample as long as it has a -1/-1 counter on that. Look at that. In the future now, we can blight this thing and then give it immediately trample. Turn it into a ball lightning for 5 mana. Persist when this creature dies, but has no -1/-1 counter on it. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with the -1/-1 counter on it. Oh no, we don't want to blight it. Let it die. Let it die the old natural way. Oh, everything will figure itself out. Was it Glamour? Glamour? Christopher B is an encyclopedia of every single card that has ever existed. Oh, it's Glamour. Glamour die. All right, Christopher B to the rescue. This is a 2-mana instant. Change the text of target spell or permanent by replacing all instances of one color word with another. It's got retrace. So it's a 1-mana mind bend. Sorry, this is a 2-mana mind bend, because mind bend was 1 mana for this, but you couldn't retrace mind bend. It was a one-time thing. Never happened again. Christopher B saved you, John. Gotta thank Christopher B. Christopher B knows what to do around here. This card's worthless. It's a very sad card. Did anyone play with these cards? I mean, I think they're sort of cool, but I just don't know what their actual utility are in this game. They're really hard. They're really hard to use. They're really hard to use. All right, everyone, we're going to take a look at more of these cards, but let me tell you where you can rent them from. You can rent them from Mana Traders when you're playing on the digital client Magic Online. There's a whole bunch of new decks that you can make out of Lorwyn Eclipse for Standard, Pioneer, Modern, even Legacy, or even your Commander decks. Test these cards on Magic Online, renting them with Mana Traders. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu_G4U to get 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And let's get back to our show. A show. Corbinek, Nightmare Incursion. Nightmare Incursion is a 6-mana sorcery. Search target player's library for up to X cards, where X is the number of swamps you control, and remove them from the game. Then that player shuffles their library. I would say this is too expensive to make this like doable at all, but it's very interesting in that if you have, you know, you're somewhat late in the game, 5-6 mana, you can just wreck a combo player with this. Nightmare Incursion you. Okay, you get rid of all your combo cards. GG! Very well done. Thanks very much for coming out and playing the game. So it's a powerful effect. I would just say it's just clunky, hard to set up, because you do need the swamps in play. And sure, you can play Urborg or whatever, but you know, there's probably only one Urborg in your deck, unless you're cheating in Commander. If Nikachu had custom card streams every week, let me tell you, if I had it every week, I'd still have just as much ad time. You have to make as much money as possible as a content creator. You gotta grind that money. That's the whole point of this damn thing. Does NASCAR want to sponsor? You know, if I could, I would have like the whole NASCAR sort of jacket on, where there's like sponsors all over my body. Okay, Mega Mika. Let's take a look at the... Oh, did Slippery Bogle come from here? We were just talking about Slippery Bogle. Oh my goodness. We need the... Oh yeah, look at that! My first Modern deck that I got, and my first Modern deck I ever dumped. 1 mana 1/1 with Hexproof, that's it. But back in the day, Slippery Bogle can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. But all the auras are certainly very good. Yeah, the lad himself. Very juicy, apparently, if you can cut him open. Basically, probably bathes itself in WD-40, which is why like no one can capture the damn thing. Alex with Gilder Bairn. Oh my god, it's those creepy dolls. This looks like the Teletubbies to me. It's a 3 mana 1/3 oof. Not all oofs are made equal. It looks like it's trick-or-treating or something. This one is for 3 mana, untap it. For each counter on target permanent, put another of those counters on that permanent. What is this, like before proliferate was a thing? Is this proliferate before proliferate? Yeah, oof. Oof is right. The hideous. It looks like a creepy doll. The Teletubbies look like creepy dolls to me. Super creepy. Yeah, the untap symbol. They got to bring that back. That was a great opportunity. They failed. Yeah, it's so much going for it. Okay, next up we got Buzz Rickson with Still Moon Cavalier. Still Moon Cavalier is a 3-mana 2/1 zombie knight. Protection from white and from black. And for a black, Still Moon Cavalier gains flying until end of turn. For an Orzhov, Still Moon Cavalier gains first strike until end of turn. And for double Orzhov, Still Moon Cavalier gets +1/+0 until end of turn. That last ability is so sad. It's so expensive. So it is. I think this is just expensive overall. We have 3 mana, which is more than White Knight and Black Knight, and then it's got in-app purchases. Well, I have to pay mana to give it flying. I have to pay mana to also give it first strike. Like the original White Knight and Black Knight, they had first strike already. They gave it to me. This is inflation. Both in mana cost and activated abilities. It's inflation plus in-app purchases. Big pay to win here. And frankly, I don't think we're even gonna win if we play with this card. Hey, you want hybrid borderline breaking the pie? Scourge of the Nobilis. Scourge of the Nobilis. Use it in a red-white hybrid deck. You can get Lifelink Sans White. 3 mana aura. Enchant creature. As long as the creature is red, it gets +1/+1 and has, for a Boros, the creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And as long as the creature is white, it gets +1/+1 and has lifelink. But it has to be white. So it's not like you're doing it for red, because you're probably a Boros deck in the first place. I wouldn't say it's that big of a break in the color pie. Expo says when you need something to sink all the mana into. With like this Still Moon Cavalier, yeah. I suppose I agree. Still Moon is such a pie break for black. Is it? Why? You know, white, the flying thing? I don't see that that's a big deal. First strike from at least the white part of this card. And black has first strike. I don't get it. I don't see the. I don't understand the hate. A lot of hate out there for that card. I don't see how whip breaks the color pie. Yeah, I don't think the whip breaks the color pie either. Toladoc, Selkie, Hedge Mage. It looked like it was Hedge Maze. But maybe she comes from a maze. What is this? Is this her body? Is she like a minotaur fish? This is a 3-mana 2/2 Merfolk Wizard. When Selkie Hedgemage comes into play, if you control 2 or more forests, you may gain 3 life. That is not happening in my decks. When Selkie Hedgemage comes into play, if you control 2 or more islands, you may return target tapped creature to its owner's hand. This is so hard to pull off. This is awful. RIP my deck for putting this thing in there. I bet she's somebody's waifu. She's good waifu material, but she's not good combat material. It's just too much work. I have to have 2 forests in play just to gain 3 life. These days, the cards just give you 4 life for just existing. Silky Hedgemage is working too hard for too little out there. Let's look at... Who doesn't have a card yet? Is she like a crayfish centaur? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. She seems like some sort of centaur, but like it's like an aquatic centaur of some sort. She could be a seal on one side, you know? She has oven mitts. Oh yeah, actually, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even see her hands. She have oven mitts. Could be like some sort of lobster hands. Okay, we have Benjamin Berkey with Batwing Broom. Batwing Broom. Anyone ever see Batwing Duck? No, sorry, it wasn't Batwing. It was Darkwing Duck. I loved that show when I was a kid. Batwing Broom is a 2-mana instant. This doesn't look like Darkwing Duck at all. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn if white was spent to cast Batwing Broom. Each player loses 1 life for each attacking creature if they control if black was spent to cast Batwing Broom. Not even thinking about this. Darkwing Duck. I know it's completely unrelated. I don't care. Ooh, there he is. I got him. There we go. This should be the alternate art to this thing. Hopefully this still makes sense. All right, Darkwing Duck, are we preventing all combat damage that would be dealt this turn if white was spent to cast Batwing Broom? Probably not. Each player loses 1 life for each attacking creature they control if black was spent to cast Batwing Broom. This is like an awkward card to play. It really depends on... so it's like, okay, if we are the aggressor, we can deal extra damage. If we're on defense, we can prevent a lot of damage. Prevent all combat damage. Yeah. So, I mean, it's an interesting fog, nonetheless. You know, this is probably good value in some sort of very slow commander environment. Because it's got like... it's like a fog with upside. Fog by itself sucks. Fog plus upside is actually pretty good. It's okay. Yeah, you can do both. We have the mana. We spent 2 mana on this thing. Next up, Darkwing Duck Secret Lair. Well, now that we made the show, it's actually possible. Okay, Nettle. Oh, Nettle Sentinel. It is deceptively one of the most broken cards on the show. It's a green 2/2. It doesn't untap during your untap step, but whenever you cast a green spell, you may untap your Nettle Sentinel, just because it has a massive synergy with Heritage Druid. Which, did this come from Eventide? No, it came from Morningtide. Heritage Druid. Tap 3 untapped elves you control, add triple green, and then when you play your elf, then you untap your Nettle Sentinel, which makes it a little bit easier for you to keep tapping it for more green mana in the future. It's like Darkwing Duck, Next Universes Beyond. Let's go! Durza the Dark with Outrage Shaman. They're outraged. They are terminally on Twitter and on Facebook, just yelling into the void. This is a 5-mana 2/2 Goblin Shaman with Chroma, the original devotion. When Outrage Shaman comes into play, it deals damage to target creature equal to the number of red mana symbols and the mana cost of permanents you control. This card is so bad. Needed to be a lot less mana, but I guess it set the stage for what they would do for devotion in the future. This is a crappy Flame Tongue Kavu as it is. Needs a little... It needs to just cost a lot less mana in the grand scheme of things. Mercenary with Unmake. This is it's a removal spell, right? Yeah, 3 mana, instant, exile target creature. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's versatile. Actually, I shouldn't say it's versatile. It does one thing. But it exiles it. It'll be gone for forever. Who else doesn't have 2 cards yet? No, but seriously, it should be reworded to just use devotion. Does it have flavor? A Bogart's Mind is a tinderbox of volatile thoughts, hungry for a spark. A Bogart's Mind. You mean the goblins? What do you mean a spark? You mean they're gonna blow it up? Just stick some dynamite in that ear. Find that spark, they said. It would be fun, they said. Okay, John with Regal Force. Regal Force. Let's get... Oh, this card. This is a cube card. 7 mana for a 5/5, and that comes into play. Draw a card for each green creature you control. Very commander-ish card. Very popular in Commander, I assume. You know what? Do you know what sucks though on Scryfall? It doesn't show me prices. Wizards has no incentive to sell these cards to anybody, or to even let you know what they're worth. They're like, they're all worth the same. Says Wizards. Says that's how they tell the government regulators. Leon, Figure of Destiny. Figure of... Don't worry, I just misspelled it. So, Figure of Destiny, it sucks. I don't know, it was probably, like, okay at the time. This has aged very badly, though. You have to spend just so much mana to, like, just upgrade this thing. You spend 1 mana on a 1/1. You gotta spend another mana, get a 2/2, so we have, like, a Grizzly Bear. Then for a total of 5 mana, we have a 4/4 Spirit, or whatever. Or no, sorry, it becomes a 4/4 Kithkin Spirit Warrior. And then for a total of, what is it, 6, 10, 11 mana, we have an 8/8 flying first strike creature. This is not even close to worth it. It doesn't even have Indestructible. It doesn't even have True Name Nemesis power. Benjamin Burke, he was good at the time. There was a lot of cards that were good at the time. We got Mark Butler, in fact. Flicker Wisp. This is one of the most boss cards, probably from this set. Was this from? Let's see, where is it from? They reprinted this card so many times. Did this come from it? I can't verify this, but I don't know what set it came from. Just not going back far enough. Is Flicker Wisp a set commander? I can't tell. Are we still back? Are we back yet? We are back. Flicker Wisp. I just need proof this came from Eventide. Well, I'll be darned. It did. Okay. We'll stick here. Came from Eventide. Thank you very much, everyone. Responding after I figured it out. We have a 3 mana 3/1 elemental flying. When Flicker Wisp enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent. Return that card back to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. This card still sees competitive play even today. It's actually a very, very magical card. So good at removing problematic permanents from your opponent's side, even if it is temporarily, but also good at blinking your own stuff to get more value from the ETBs. Not to mention, hey, it's a 3/1 flyer. Good evasive damage. Nothing wrong here. Flicker Wisp is a top tier card. Fun for everybody over here. Mercenary says Figure of Destiny's effects didn't end is what got everyone's attention at the time. I mean, it's funny actually. Figure of Destiny, if we can get back to it. This card, it looks like it has everything going for it. It's like you can do this at instant speed. It's not like level up. Yeah, the creature gets bigger. It's just that it's not worth it. It's not worth the mana sink. Just like, what's it called today? Hex Drinker isn't worth it either. Dirts of the Dark with the Antler Sulkin. And, oh. Antler... oh, there you go. Oh, it's Antler... Oh, you did say it. Skulkin. Whatever that is. It's a Scarecrow for 5 mana, 3/3. Pay 2, target white creature gains persist until end of turn. This seems terrible to me. This is so much mana. What do we do? Gonna like make this thing white so that we can sack it and then it comes back into play with a -1/-1 counter on it? It seems like a lot of work, and I don't see the game. So I don't see the gain outside of the fact that it's a Scarecrow, and maybe those are like rare. Well, I mean, there's not a lot of Scarecrows in this game if you're trying to make it work. Hold the Skulkin, apparently. Yeah, the Skulkins. The Skulkin is like... Oh, it's a Scarecrow of, like, deer horns. It's so bad, and people who play it should feel bad. No, they shouldn't feel bad. They should feel good about losing, though. That's what's important about this game. You gotta feel good about losing. You did things your way, and you accept your fate no matter what happens. Next up, we got Mega Mika with Primal Crux. Oh my goodness, this is a bit. This is green the way green was supposed to be. Triple green for a star elemental with trample and chroma. The power and toughness are each equal to the number of green mana symbols and the mana cost of permanents you control. Now, this has just green Stompy written all over it. It's a big giant creature, and blocking it probably doesn't mean squat. So good luck. Yeah, sextuple green. What's 5? Pentuple? Next. Oh, Leon says, why do you think Retrace wasn't made pseudo evergreen? Pitching a land for the card back seemed pretty good. I don't know, because you know what? There aren't any abusable Retrace cards out there. I think the best you got was Raven's Crime. But maybe it's just a hard thing to balance. It sounds like a good idea, especially since we want to live in a world where drawing lands turns into spells anyway. No, I agree. Yeah, we should. I guess it was just a hard thing to balance. But they could make clunky cards anyway and still do it. Okay, what do we have not looked at here? Toads with Tilling Treefolk. I'm looking back, like Eventide was a huge commander set. Like it was just full of funsy cards. 3 mana for a 1/3 Treefolk Druid. When Tilling Treefolk comes into play, you may return up to 2 target land cards from your graveyard to your hands. Value. So like if you go Harrow, you're gonna go Harrow into this thing. Because I believe Harrow is you sack 2 lands to search your deck for lands, or is it sack 1 land, get 2 lands, something like that. But you can get your lands back with the Tilling Treefolk. Oh boy, with sapling of what is this? Of Colfinor. Who's the tree in the movie? Starts with a G. Grunt? Gruel? I can't remember, but this is I'm getting vibes of that creature, of that character. Anyway, this is from Eventide. 5 mana for a 2/5 Treefolk Shaman. And someone's gonna know who I'm talking about. Groot! There we go. And quickly too. You are Groot! We found Groot here. Groot has been spotted. Show Magic the Gathering cards that look like things from movies. Anyway, sapling of Groot is indestructible. Whenever Groot attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you gain life equal to that card's toughness. Lose life equal to the power, and then put it into your hand. So, I mean, if you're a Treefolk deck, you're just only going to gain life. Her plans may yet bear fruit. Harrow sacks a land and you search for 2 lands. I knew it. Actually, I didn't know it. I took a good guess. I'm not a Harrow player. Mark Butler, Stigma Lasher. Stigma Lasher is a double red 2/2 elemental shaman with Wither. Whenever Stigma Lasher deals damage to a player, that player can gain life for the rest of the game. That's evil. So there's definitely a lot of players that are going to hate a type of card like this. I barely gain life, so I can't be offended by this card at all. And with it, this deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters. Man, if you block me, you're gonna be shrunk. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Menace, due to just waking up, Twilight Mare. Oh yeah. If I remember correctly, this card is like dead at this point. Like, or no, isn't? Maybe there's a few decks still playing this card. It's these hybrid lands. Tapped out of colorless, but if you have another colored mana, you can tap this for double black, double green, or a green and a black. Need that color mana. If you don't have color, if this is the only land in your hand, it don't tap for anything. The last card was Screaming Nemesis. Oh yes, Screaming Nemesis before Screaming Nemesis became a big pain. Didn't they ban that card too? Didn't they ban Screaming Nemesis? This is when we got the rest of the cycle. Oh, so it didn't actually. They were spoon feeding you the cards at the time. Nikachu play Wood Elemental in the Tilling Tree Folk. We're gonna make a Groot deck, people. We're gonna make our Groot deck. A deck based around Groot. She consumed a greater elemental at twilight, and the price was Ashling the Extinguisher. Is this still Groot? Ashling the Extinguisher. This is a 4-mana 4/4 elemental shaman. No, this is a completely different creature. Whenever Ashling the Extinguisher deals combat damage to a player, choose target creature that player controls, and they sack. They sack that creature. Combat damage to a player. So we're basically destroying creatures, except we can destroy the creatures that are indestructible. That's pretty good. Buzz Rickson, did we ever have a theme like cards you want to donate to your opponent? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, we did those. We could always do it again though. Who doesn't have a second card yet? Who's in a no 2-card mode? I think Toilet Duck. Spring Jack Shepherd. It's a Kithkin. It's also a wizard with a wizard staff. 4 mana for a 1/2 Kithkin wizard. That's terrible. Chroma, when it comes into play, put a 0/1 white goat into play for each white mana symbol in the mana cost of permanents you control. That might be okay if you can have a lot of stuff that sticks on the ground. Might. I'm very, very, very loosely using the word might here. Couldn't get any looser. When is the Build a Deck show again? We help build an EDH deck. Probably not for a long time. They're not very popular. I only did it once because I really needed the help. Jess, this is very insensitive. But we did do a very like a Sudoku type of deck or show once. Okay, Benjamin Berkey with Deathbringer Liege. So if nothing else, Eventide has like just a lot of variety, like very unique, creative, original cards. 5 mana for a 3/5 horror. The other white creatures get +1/+1. Other black creatures get +1/+1. And whenever you play a white spell, you can tap target creature. Whenever you play a black spell, if you may destroy target tapped creature. Good God, it's very strong. Okay, I like this card a lot. It's a bit chunky, but like in mana cost, but it's a pretty big creature. It's a super lord, and I think both these abilities are very relevant. Play white spells, tap stuff, and play black spell, destroy stuff. We did Nettle Sentinel. Nettle Sentinel is done. Yes, the timing is right that you can tap and destroy the same creature with a black-white spell. Is it? I don't think that's... Okay, whenever you play a black spell, you may destroy target creature. Oh, okay, so it's not the timing, it's the wording. So you may destroy target creature, which is important. It didn't ask for destroy target tap creature. So when this thing triggers when you play a black spell, you can target untapped creatures with it if you want. It won't do anything when it resolves, but you can do that. In the case of if you play Vindicate, then you can put both abilities on the stack, let the white one resolve first, tapping the creature, let the black one resolve second, and you destroy the creature. Very cool. Very cool. Leon says, I hated Shadowmoor and Eventide draft. How there were so many 2/4s and 2/5s to make. Oh, that's so fun. Make Wither work. Yeah, I can see that being a big problem. So many like big wall like tree folk cards, and they all just sort of clank into each other, and like no one wants to attack. Yeah, that's funny. We did Fable of Wolf and Owl. If it's both colors, does it trigger in sequence? You get to you're gonna choose the trigger order. Like they'll both trigger at the same time, but then you choose how you want to stack them. I highly recommend you stack it so that the white one resolves first. Highly recommended. Oh, is Helix Pinnacle from here? It is. They have a lot of original stuff in this set. So it's a green enchantment shroud and pay X, put X tower counters on your Helix Pinnacle at the beginning of your upkeep. If there are 100 or more tower counters on Helix Pinnacle, you do win the game. How to make black mana in block 101. Have you ever done Bale Fire Liege? That's the white red version of this card. Let's see, look, Bale Fire Liege. Nope. Balefire Liege, 5 mana, 2/4, Spirit Horror. Other red creatures you control get +1/+1. The white creatures get +1/+1. Other ones. Whenever you cast a red spell, Balefire Liege deals 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. Whenever you cast a white spell, you gain 3 life. That's a lot of life that you can gain. This is actually incredible. So for every red spell, we Lightning Bolt. We just get free Lightning Bolt. Buy one, get 1 Lightning Bolt free. Also, whenever you cast white spells, buy one, get... restore 3 life free. What the hell is it called? Healing Salve. Yeah, sort of. Actually, yeah, Lightning Helix on the body. I didn't think about the Lightning Helix part. No, it's good stuff. Actually, very, very creative card. These cards are actually really good utility. If you get to untap with them, or you just have spare mana, you're going to get some really good value. All right, that's it for today. Big shout out to the Gatherer. The Gatherer, we were screwed today. Scryfall pooped out on us for the first time in 5 years, maybe 6. Never happened before. Or like not in a bad moment. Anyway, we do these shows weekday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so that other people are part of the show. Of course, thank you so much for everyone who are here today. People like Christopher B, Toads, Pedgeman showing up at the last second. We have Mercenary, Little Deadfly, Benjamin Berkey, Toads again, Manose, Old Boy, Durs of the Dark. Who else do we got here? Many more. Mark Butler, Arethusa, Expa. We got Leon, and everyone else. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. I'm going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next